says if you're a team that needs a wide receiver right now, I would imagine we may get a little bit of movement leading into the draft. I wouldn't be shocked if we saw a couple of these names added to teams right before the draft. Somebody trying to get some reinforcements right before the draft to take off the need they have at the receiver position. And Schefter doubled down and then said that about a week before the NFL draft is when you'll see a big name wide receiver, multiple wide receivers getting signed. The Browns are one of those teams he talks about that need a wide receiver. And Schefter then listed multiple names that could be options very soon for the NFL teams that are looking for receivers a week before the draft. The first name he rattles off is Juwan Jennings. Last played with the 49ers, is now a free agent on the market. A lot say he's the top receiver on the market, and we're shocked he was not signed in NFL free agency week 1.
The moment Adam Schefter drops even a hint about a move, the entire league pays attention. And right now, with reports suggesting a big wide receiver signing could be coming soon for the Cleveland Browns, this doesn't feel like just another offseason rumor. This feels like something that could actually shift the direction of the franchise heading into 2026. Now here's the part nobody is talking about. This isn't about adding just another receiver. This is about fixing a problem that has quietly held the Browns back for years. The offense has had flashes. It's had moments where it looked explosive, but it has never felt consistently dangerous. And in today's NFL, if your passing game doesn't scare defenses, you're already at a disadvantage before the ball is even snapped.
He says that the Browns are likely to be more buyers than sellers this week. The Browns do not sound inclined to trade tight end David Njoku, but they have been calling around the league, still looking to add a quality young player to their roster.
Now let's set the situation properly. Cleveland is stuck in that uncomfortable middle ground. They're not rebuilding, but they're not fully elite either. They've invested heavily across the roster, especially at quarterback with Deshaun Watson, but the results haven't consistently matched expectations. Injuries, inconsistency, and a lack of rhythm in the passing game have all played a role. And when you really break it down, one issue keeps showing up. They don't have that true, undeniable WR1 who can take over games. Yes, Jerry Jeudy has shown flashes. Yes, there are pieces in place, but defenses aren't game planning around Cleveland's receivers the way they do against elite teams. There's no constant double-team threat. No guy you absolutely have to account for on every single snap. And that's exactly why this rumored move matters so much.
Give me a guy who's got no issues in the draft like Carnell Tate, rather than signing Stephon Diggs right before the draft. So no, even though he's super productive and probably one of the best names on the list, I'm not bringing that into the Browns locker room. We're trying to change the franchise here.
Because this is where things start to shift. A big WR signing doesn't just fill a gap, it changes expectations overnight. The moment Cleveland signs a high-profile receiver, the excuses disappear. Now the offense is expected to produce. Now the quarterback is expected to deliver. Now the coaching staff is expected to maximize the talent. This isn't a quiet upgrade. This is a spotlight move. And if you follow Schefter's history, you already know he doesn't throw things out there randomly. When something like this leaks, it usually means something is happening behind the scenes. Agents are talking, front offices are exploring, and most importantly, Cleveland knows they need to act now, not later. Now here's another layer to this. This move is also about protecting the quarterback situation, because whether it's Watson or whether someone like Shedeur Sanders starts pushing for a bigger role, you cannot properly evaluate a quarterback without giving him real weapons. Too many teams make this mistake. They expect the QB to elevate everyone else without giving him the tools to succeed. And when things go wrong, all the blame falls on the quarterback.
Though Cleveland already has completed 3 trades in the past month, acquiring offensive tackle Cam Robinson, sending quarterback Joe Flacco to Cincinnati, and swapping cornerbacks with Jacksonville, most sources believe that the Browns will be aggressive in acquiring players before the deadline.
Cleveland seems to understand that now, because the moment you bring in a legit receiver, someone who can create separation, win contested catches, and be reliable on third down, everything changes. The reads get cleaner, the timing improves, the confidence builds, and suddenly the offense actually starts to look like it has a plan. Now let's talk names, because this is where things get real. A veteran like Keenan Allen brings elite route running and leadership leadership. A player like DeAndre Hopkins still commands respect and changes how defenses line up. These aren't just receivers, they're tone setters, and you bring in someone like that and the entire locker room feels it. But here's the part most people miss. It might not even be about the biggest name. It might be about the right fit. Cleveland doesn't necessarily need a flashy, deep threat if the system demands consistency and reliability. They need someone for 3rd and 7, someone who can win in tight coverage, someone the quarterback trusts when everything breaks down. Because sometimes the smartest move isn't the loudest
Browns
one.
do not sound inclined to trade tight end David Njoku, but they have been calling around the league looking to add quality young players to their roster.
And this is where young teams usually get it wrong. They chase highlights instead of chemistry. They chase names instead of fit. But if the Browns get this right, they won't just be adding talent, they'll be adding stability. Now, zoom out for a second, because this move has major implications for the NFL draft. There's been constant discussion about Cleveland targeting a wide receiver early. Names like Carnell Tate have been linked to them. But if they land a big-name receiver before the draft, everything changes. Now you're not drafting out of desperation. Now you have flexibility. You can go best player available. You can address other needs like offensive line or defense without forcing a pick. And that's a powerful position to be in, because the worst thing a team can do is draft based on need instead of value. That's how mistakes happen. That's how teams pass on better players just to fill a gap. But here's where things get tricky again. There's always the possibility that this is smoke. NFL teams leak information all the time to control narratives, influence decisions, and create uncertainty. So the real question is this a guaranteed move or is this strategic noise? Because if it's real and Cleveland lands a top receiver, the impact is immediate. The offense becomes more dynamic. The quarterback room becomes more stable. The team becomes more competitive. But if it's just talk, if nothing actually happens, then everything flips. Now, expectations were raised for nothing. Now fans get frustrated. Now all the pressure shifts back onto the draft, and that's not where you want to be. Timing might be the biggest clue here. If this signing happens before the draft, it signals aggression. It tells the league, we're fixing this offense right now. But if it happens after the draft, that tells a completely different story. It might mean things didn't go as planned. It might mean plan A fell through. And those two scenarios say everything about the front office's confidence. Now look at the bigger picture. The NFL is more offensive than ever. Quarterbacks are throwing more. Receivers are more valuable. And the top teams all have at least one receiver defense's fear. If Cleveland wants to compete at that level, they can't stay average at this position. And that's why this move matters so much. Because it's not just about adding talent, it's about catching up. It's about closing the gap between where they are and where they want to be. At the same time, this move creates internal ripple effects. Younger receivers don't have to carry the load. They can develop naturally. The offensive coordinator gets more options. The playbook expands. The entire structure of the offense improves. But this is where it gets real. Once you make a move like this, there's no going back. You've committed to a direction. You've raised expectations. You've told everyone, we're going for it. And if it doesn't work, the criticism gets louder. But if it does, if they land the right guy, if the offense clicks, if the quarterback play stabilizes, then this becomes the move everyone points to as the turning point. So now we get to the real question. Is this the moment the Browns finally fix their offense? Or is this just another headline-building hype without results? Because if Adam Schefter is right, and a big WR signing is coming soon, this isn't just about adding a player. This is about changing the identity of the Cleveland Browns. And depending on who that name is, this might be the move that defines their entire 2026 season.